Hi there, it's Rosie Designs here. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. So I am back to share with you another idea on decorating one of the little mini paper pumpkin boxes with some of the leftover embellishments from the Box of Sunshine paper pumpkin kit. If you haven't seen my videos relating to this particular kit, very briefly, in addition to enough supplies to make the 8 cards that go with the kit, so these are the 8 cards, they are 4 different designs, so you get enough of the various embellishments to make the 8 cards up. You get obviously the envelopes to go with that, but in this particular kit it is really the kit that keeps on giving, because there is so many, sorry for the background noise, there's so much left over that you can use to, there's an element ready to decorate the outside of the box if you want to send that or use that to send a gift to somebody. But there's lots of the elements left that you can use to decorate cards and boxes, whatever. So in my previous video we used one of the lemons and we did a bit of sponge brayering so that we put some colour onto one of the mini paper pumpkin boxes. This time I'm going to do quite a simple design. So the actual design is a lot quicker than the previous one. However, there is an element to it that is going to take up a bit of time. And when we get to that, I will obviously share that with you. But I'm going to do that as a separate, very quick tutorial video because it is a bit long and drawn out. So if it's not something you're particularly interested in, it's a lot to sit through on a tutorial of putting a box together. So as I say, we'll do that separately. So the mini paper pumpkin boxes, they are, I've got it written down here, £7, that's right, £7 for 10, and they are food safe, so you can put obviously food items in there if you wish. Great size for lots of little gifts, maybe like candles, the bath, seltzer type things. I've seen some other demos make up some gift cards. So I think if it's about 4 gift cards with their envelopes, and that makes a nice little gift for somebody. As I said in my previous video, in this day and age it's an ideal size to even put a face mask in for somebody as a gift. People are becoming more and more inventive with the patterns and everything, so I'm finding myself more and more looking through eBay and Etsy and going, oh yeah, that's good, love that design. So you know, whatever you want to put in it, it's just a pretty box, or an ideal size box just for a little gift for somebody to cheer them up. And in this day and age I think we all need a bit of cheer, don't we, in our lives. So I have to say, I was going to do some filming yesterday and it got too dark and it's almost too bright now, so I'm just going to move slightly and try and draw the curtain a little bit, hoping that is okay. So as you can see, very much like the mini pizza boxes, this comes pre-scored. So yesterday when we, well not yesterday, but when we did my previous video, we left it flat to actually put the design on it. With this one we're going to put it together before we actually add our elements of what we're going to put on the box. I didn't say in my previous video that on one side it's quite shiny, it's obviously the inside, and that's the way the box is scored, but on this side you've got a nice surface that you could just stamp straight onto the box if you wanted to. So we need to just fold up all the scored lines, and then we simply fold up the 2 long sides, and then these 2 bits of the side fold over, and then they just clip in to these little can't think of the word is, little holes for one. I know they're not called holes, but you know what I mean. This just pops out. This is when if I've got Jim here filming, I can go, what word is it I'm looking for? But you know what I mean. There we go. You can even pop those out before you start putting this together. It'll come to me about half an hour after I've finished filming. Never mind. So there we have our box put together, and literally that will just fold in like that. These two sides go into the box like so, and you have your completed box. Now I've written down the measurements, and they are 5 7/8 by 3 3/4 inches by 1 inch, and the equivalent metric of that, and the point of me giving you that is because I just want to put the metric measurements out there, because we all know I'm not very good at converting imperial to metric. So the actual metric size of this is 14.9 by 9.5 by 2.5 centimetres. So it'll just give you a little bit of an idea. I've tried to give you the metric, but I might be just slightly out. So just bear in mind the measurements I've just given you, and just make sure that what I'm going to tell you in metric actually will work. So I'm going to go with the two colours that featured in the element of the sun, because that is the sun that I'm going to use today. We used the lemon in the last video, but I'm using the sun. So we had some Poppy Parade and Crushed Curry, and obviously the orangey bit here is a kind of a mixture of the two colours. So I'm using Poppy Parade and I'm using Crushed Curry. So all I'm going to do, my Poppy Parade is 5 1/4 by 3.5 inches, which I believe is 13.5 by 9 centimetres. Let's just try that. Yeah, 13.5 by 9-ish. Just as I say, check that. You might just have to trim it a little bit, but I took it to the closest number rather than it being 9.6 or 9.4. I think 9.5 will work. And yes, I know I'm rambling, but metric does confuse me. I can't help it. I'm of that age. So I'm just going to centralise this on the top here. Now, although I've put the box together, I do know that some people find it easier to work with the flat surface, even on the pizza boxes. So if that's you, then, and that works for you, then please put that put your design on before you put the box together. There really is no right or wrong to it. I would just use your leave your actual elements like the sun. I wouldn't put that on until you've actually put your box together, because you could finish up bending it slightly while you used to put the box together. But whatever works for you. So my crushed curry is 5 3/4 on in imperial measurements. No, let's try that again. It's 5 by 3 1/4. So 5 inches by 3 1/4 inches crushed curry. The equivalent of that is 12.5 by 8 centimetres. I'm just going to check that. Yeah, so it's pretty close. And all I'm going to do with that is add my glue. Again, probably fed up with hearing me say this, I am still using up my supply of snail, but there is a really good equivalent of that now in our new catalogue. Remove the standard cat's hair that we always have, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to put that, centralise that in the middle of my Poppy Parade, just so that I've got a little border going round the outside there. So very, very simple. Now here is an embellishment that I've made, and that is actually, it started life as one of these, a Vellum doily, and they are really pretty. They work really well on cards just if you use them in their basic state of vellum, that would look really pretty on a card. But I've actually heat embossed this with gold heat emboss powder to give it this really nice metallic finish. But it's not just one layer, it's about 6 layers to give it that sturdiness. And that's what I'm going to cover in a different tutorial, purely because if you really want to know how I did that, then you'll be happy to sit through the various times that I'm going to heat emboss it. But if it's not something of interest, then it's kind of a bit too long to just put in this tutorial. So as I say, if you want to know how I did that, then there will be an upcoming video on that. But that is basically what I've used. And then I'm going to be putting my sun on top of that. Now, because the middle of this is going to be covered up with the sun, then I can quite happily put some adhesive on here. Otherwise, if you were using the whole doily, you could always add some glue dots to help that to stick onto your base. But as I say, nobody's going to see this, so I'm just going to put that in the centre. And then just push that firmly down. And then my sun embellishment, which has come out of the kit, I've just added some Stampin Dimensionals to that. And I'm just going to pop that in the middle. And that's almost job done. Now, because I thought that just was enough on the front of the box, but I still wanted a sentiment to go in or with the box. So what I've done is I've used the Sending Sunshine, the 2 stamps from the stamp set that come with the kit. Now, when I first used this, trying to get it into the little area that was on the label, I wasn't quite sure. I did it in 2 separate hits, but basically, where are we going with this? There we go. I'm losing the plot as normal. So we've got the sunshine there, and that will fit very nicely. The Sending Sunshine just fits in there. You can imagine I've actually got a stamping block on there, which of course I forgot to bring in, but there you go. So those 2 fit very nicely together on your stamping block, and then you can stamp that using whatever ink you wish. I have heat embossed it with gold heat embossed powder to kind of tie the front in, with my embellishment here with my doily, and also the fact that the sun has got gold running through it as well. As usual, I have used my ever favourite layering oval framelit dies, and I've just heat embossed this onto Whisper White, and I've cut out this other layer in gold foil. And the fit is quite tight, so we just want to put some adhesive on here and just hold it down. You wouldn't want to put food in this, would you? Not just come from this house, because it's always got a cat hair in it, but you know, there you go. I'm not using it for food. So just hold it down very gently with one finger at this end, because we just want to make sure that we're getting the whole of this top layer of that says Sending Sunshine. We just want to make sure that we're getting the elements of the gold layer underneath just showing through right around the oval. That looks pretty good to me, so I'm going to go with that. You could obviously make your foil layer bigger if you wish to. It's totally up to you. Now all I'm going to do with that is add some adhesive to that, and I'm just going to put that into the centre of my inside of my box, so that when the box is opened, you've got your sentiment there of Sending Sunshine. And that is it. Very, very simple box to put together. The only time consuming element is this little doily, which is as I say, is heat embossed. So that's just another idea of how you can use the leftover elements from this Box of Sunshine kit. It is still available, but it is selling out very quickly. So if you haven't already treated yourself to this kit and you're thinking, actually, I really fancy that, then please don't delay. Do put your order in sooner rather than later, because otherwise you could find that you're sadly disappointed. So that is it for today. My usual links will be on the front of my video. If you've enjoyed the video, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, and if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, that would be great as well. I would really appreciate that. It gives me the encouragement to keep going. So as I say, that is it. We've got through this video without the help of any of my cats, which is always good. Until next time, do look after yourselves, do take care, and I will be back very soon. But until then, do please take care. Bye bye for now.